This is stupid. I want to talk about vaginas!
No, Dorn, we're not going to talk about vaginas. I've got a game review to do, so get it out of your head. Hi, Cuthla here. And as I said before in previous movie and game reviews, I like to try to keep them paired up, so that way it's just kind of nice and, neat, keeps it tidy and whatnot. And, but I did want to point something out here. Um, there is more than just video games out there. And I am, as if anybody can tell by looking at some of the stuff that's on my channel, I am a fan of video games, yes, but I am also, I am a self-professed nerd. Um, I have, like I said, all sorts of games really draw my attention and stuff. One of them that has drawn my attention much over the years is tabletop role-playing games. So this review, like I said, I'm not going to be doing a video game this time mainly because the video game that I want to review I can't get my hands on at the moment. But I will do a review on a game I do have my hands on, and it is a tabletop role-playing game, which means that if you ever get a chance to play this, you will need dice, paper, pencils, and a group of friends to play this with. And the game I am going to talk about is All Flesh Must Be Eaten, made by Eden Studios Incorporated. Okay, now the basic gist on this for All Flesh Must Be Eaten is that you're basically partaking in the whole zombie apocalypse, whatever way it happens, via a Romero version or, government created zombies a la Resident Evil. Well, actually, that's more evil corporate. There are the government ones too, but somehow, some way in there, you all will be partaking in the whole, let's bash on zombies. And as I stated in my Halloween video a while back, that the zombie is my favorite monster. He's a blue-collar monster because anybody can be one. And with All Flesh Must Be Eaten, that is very much true. They do have it to where the main setup is to play as what they call survivors, which are like the humans and whatnot, against the zombies. And they have, actually in the game, they have several setups that you can start with right off the bat. Eden Studios has gone on and they've done a revised version, which I haven't gotten a chance to take a look at yet. But if it's anything like some of their other stuff, it should be pretty decent. Now, one of the things that I do like about this is that they do have rules in there for zombie creation. It's not just like, playing as the humans and the different character types of humans that you can play, because they do have templates for various characters already set up, or you can make your own, try to give it that own little unique feel to make your character stand out from the other stuff in the book, which is cool, but if you want, depending on who you're playing with, who your game master is, things like that, you can make a zombie. I generally, when I was doing it, if somebody wanted to play a zombie, I required them to take a special zombie power, 3-point tool use, which meant that the characters could, talk, use doors, use weapons, things like that, things that standard zombies can't do. And the system was flexible enough that it actually included being able to create Gen X zombies. These are the infamous running zombies from films like 28 Days Later and the remake of Dawn of the Dead. I personally had to test those goddamn things. And but the rules are there if somebody wants to play one of those, and provided they can work with a group playing one of those things, that in its own right can be an adventure right there. Just trying to incorporate a person playing a zombie in the game. Now, the system itself is pretty straightforward. It like I said, it has 2 character creation systems put into it. one for creating what they call survivors, and these are the people that are going to be playing in the game, people that will be playing your characters. They're survivors. You know, the thing that makes them different is because, well, you know, they survived where others didn't. So, and you know, some of the templates they have in there. I mean, like, you know, the cheerleader, the goth chick, um, the biker. You know, um, they're interesting in their own right. The game has this neat little thing that where it tries to put a decent amount of emphasis on playing these characters. It does more so than other role-playing games that I've ever played. You know, especially with the system, which is pretty flexible. I don't know. It's really hard to describe it. I mean, the system, like I said, it's flexible enough that there's a lot of things that can be incorporated into it, and they have ways to help you bring in other elements you want. Like if you want a character with cybernetics, there is actually rules in there for cybernetics. You know, and this is for both humans and zombies. You know, so imagine like Tyrant from Resident Evil coming in and he's bench pressing a car because he's got enough cybernetics that he's a walking tank. There's lots of things like that. And it's a lot of fun. It relies mostly on 10-sided die that help you out with a lot of stuff. There are different die mostly used for like damage for various weapons or the odd occasional roll that, the bad luck fairy or something like that. But mostly it sticks with 10-sided die, so it's pretty good in that aspect. You're not going to need a whole bunch of different types of die, because it does have this one nifty little rule it's got going for it that the base difficulty is set at 9, which on a 10-sided die is almost impossible to hit sometimes. But then it calculates in when you're doing a roll of the attribute that you're using, be it strength, speed, agility, stamina, whatever, plus any talents you might have that would affect that roll as well. So if you're trying to, say, pick a lock and your character doesn't know how to do it, the difficulty for that could probably be adjusted to, like, say, 13. But if your character has a 5 in intelligence and an 8 in lock picking, they automatically pass the roll. They don't even have to roll for it because they've got 13 right off the bat just from stats and skills alone. But sometimes it gets really tense, the where, like I said, if your character, like I said, has a 5 intelligence, but they have a let's say 7 in lockpicking, still really, really good. You add those together, and then you roll. And whatever you roll gets added to that result. So it does mean that although your character is really, really good, they still might mess up. Like I said, that's some of the fun with it. I mean, that's what brings a little bit of attention to it. Some of the cons about this, though, the biggest problem with All Flesh Must Be Eaten is the fact that, first off, it's just a zombie game. That's all you got. You've got your humans, and you got your zombies. It does have room to actually allow other things to come in. Since Eating Games produces a bunch of different systems, they have supplemental material that you can use and work it in there. Like for my games, when I was running some, I actually went out and purchased the Eating Game Buffy the Vampire Slayer system because it had character creation rules for vampires, werewolves, super soldiers, other stuff that just bringing them in actually opened up a lot of new doors for the base character creation system in All Flesh Must Be Eaten. And that's, like I said, but that's kind of a drawback there, because, like I said, just going by the core rules, you got a lot that you can do with it, but just limited to the zombies. You actually need to go out and purchase more books, which can be a pain in the ass for some people who are on a budget, to be able to truly allow people to have a lot of unique character customization. And that's like I said, and that's specifically a problem because, game books are not cheap. All Flesh Must Be Eaten, when I picked it up, cost me $30. And the expansion to it A cool one called Enter the Zombie, which is a martial arts based one, was like another 25 right there. You know, like I said, so it's like you're not just going to be running out and picking these up and just going off with a plasma repeater rifle right off the bat. For a sci-fi adventure, if you've only got a few books and don't have the rules necessary to run some of these things. But then again, that con is available with a lot of any established role-playing game. You can still have fun with it. I mean, because like I said, I had a lot of fun with it. But just the first core book, I was able to do all three of the first Resident Evil games and do them accurately and truly. So it is definitely one of those things, like I said, the cons on it really don't weigh too much. You can still have a lot of fun with this, and you will be able to actually have a pretty good time. And like I said, there's enough supplemental rules in the book itself. You should be able to get started right off the bat and not have any real problem at all. So it's definitely, if you're a role player, I definitely think that this is worth picking up. Um, I call it a buy. And I think that you will have a lot of fun with it with you and your friends. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys later.